that it would fail. Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah,
yeah, I hear it.
Direction not inverted. Look at that thing. Look at that thing.
Guys, if you can't tell already by the smile on my face, man, we have officially finished the drive-by-wire setup. So for the 2JZ, there's actually two. There's one in the back of the engine and then one in the front. Okay guys, now that I have the intercooler piping off and the front part of my turbo off, you guys can kind of get an idea of what I was talking about. So this is my turbo drain, this line right here. So it has like a gnarly bend. I might see if I can make that a little bit shorter. It's not the worst thing because it still is pretty straight down. Gravity will kind of pull that, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably gonna end up taking the line off completely and just making sure that, you know, everything is tight. By the looks of it, it looks like I can't really turn it, but yeah, I do have like some residue on my finger. So that is for sure, in fact, what was making this thing smoke a little bit more than what it usually would. So again, just gonna take the line off, see if I can make it a little bit more straight. And actually, if you look down there, I don't know how well it's gonna pick up, but yeah, you can see all of that oil that is from the oil drain there. So definitely need to get this taken care of. Okay guys, I think I found the issue. So I went ahead and took off the oil drain line, which is right here. And you guys can see what this hose was connected to is right under here. That fitting that's under the turbo, I could actually like move it. Once when this was connected, I could like move the whole thing. So I went ahead and just tightened this a little bit more. I'm gonna do my best to tighten it as much as I can with the limited room that I have. And I think this fitting as a whole, this line as a whole is fine. I think it was just that fitting was loose. It was actually just leaking out of the side, which was causing like all of the oil that you see right here. And I already wiped off at the bottom, but it was causing all of that to leak. So do my best, tighten everything, and then put everything back, and then we should be good to go as far as that. Okay, big update. As you guys can see, it is a brand new day outside, and I'm working on this thing one more time. So the coolant temp sensor, as you guys saw in the video, was actually wrong that I ordered. I ordered a 2JZ GTE specific coolant temp sensor. So what I decided to do, I went to AutoZone, or O'Reilly's that is, and I thought that they wouldn't have the right one just because this is a GTE, aka this engine is from Japan. It's not the GE like that one that comes in this car, the IS300. Anyways, I went there, just cross-referenced the part number, and this is the correct part number for anybody out there that is wanting to buy the coolant temp sensor for a 2JZ GTE. I guess it's the same, so whatever. The sensor didn't really initially look the same as far as like the plug, but it did plug in and it's in there, so hey, I'm not complaining. So that is now situated. I can stop worrying about that. The next thing that I did, I ordered a drain, or like a new drain for my turbo. As you guys know, I was having a lot of issues where it was leaking, right? I showed you that in the previous clips, and you can actually see like all of the residue on the manifold itself. So I'll throw on the screen the fitting that I ordered, because initially I was gonna try something like this. I actually had this laying around just like a straight, but it was just too high up. You know, if I ran a hose to it, the hose would actually touch the manifold. So I think this is gonna be the best route right now. You guys can kind of see the bottom of that fitting right there. So we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make the line first, you know, so I can get the length and everything correct. Once the line is made, I'll go ahead and throw the turbo and the intercooler piping back on, and fingers crossed, man. I don't think it should leak after that. I was really not wanting to run like, you know, an open like a push-on fitting type style. But honestly, man, just for the room and how this turbo is and everything like that, it's just the best thing to do right now. But the bottom of the turbo drain is still going to be a AN, -10 AN. You can see it right there. So nothing's going to change about that. So let me get working and I will update you guys here in a bit. Okay, I want to give you guys an update on my new turbo drain line. So looks pretty sick. So I have it just slid on for right now. And then if you look all the way down there, it is threaded in. So it has like a natural curve to it. It's not kinked or anything. And I think this will be a lot better because for those who don't know, your turbo drain drains from gravity. There's no like pressure, I guess, that it uses. So you do want it to be like as straight up and down as possible. So that it's nice that my turbo feed is at a 90 pretty much. And then the drain is pretty much straight down. So that is really, really nice. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and add a clamp on top of here and try to tighten that down right now and tighten the bottom. And then I do have some heat wrap that I'm gonna wrap these two lines in. I think I'm just gonna do this one for now. I don't know, gotta see how much I have. But yeah, I think we're pretty much done with that. And then go ahead and throw on my turbo and all the piping. And I think we're done with this project. So fingers crossed that everything works, man. It's always super cool, like when you can like work on your own car or just like create things from scratch and whatnot. Like not a lot of people have that skill. So just for you to have like the ability, let alone like the tools and stuff to do everything, I just think that's like so sick. So I mean, if you guys are out there like me, DIY people, and just kind of like take on stuff yourself, I applaud you, bro. Like we got this, man. We're really doing it. And just like that, guys, I am finished. The reason why I have the little tray under there is because I decided to go ahead and heat wrap both the oil drain and one of my coolant lines. So I went ahead and put everything back on, so you probably can't tell, but you can see that the oil drain, and then there's another line, which is my turbo coolant line, which is right there. And I wrapped them both in some like some wrap, pretty much this DEI wrap you can buy at like AutoZone, O'Reilly's, anything like that. So highly recommend. I didn't really want to wait for anything to come in. I know they have like better ones that you can buy online, but again, I just didn't want to wait. I'm just impatient. So went ahead and did everything. Everything fit up just like normal. So now here comes the fun part. Let's go ahead and clean up the garage and give this thing a little start and see if it's leaking, man. I'm praying it's not, bro, because this was not easy. Don't get me wrong though, guys. I do love, you know, fixing the mistakes and finding these mistakes now. Otherwise, you know, it'd be worse later. But again, it's just not easy, man. This setup is very, very tight. It's very limited room, you know, to do anything. So yeah, but let me stop talking. Go ahead and clean up and start this car.
To be honest with you, I don't see why it would be a bad idea.
It's under, I think it's tools and at the bottom.
Yeah.
So, because basically before, when I would start that, it would fail. Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
Direction not inverted, getting max. Okay, let's just let it go. Look at that thing. It's doing its own thing.
No way, bro. That is so freaking crazy.
Just hack the Matrix, man.
Damn, dude, that's absolutely insane. That's crazy, bro. You have no idea how long I've been fighting with this. Legit. It's honestly insane. I mean, it's kind of weird because like there's no documentation of like, okay, this is how you set it up. This goes here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Guys, if you can't tell already by the smile on my face, man, we have officially finished the drive-by-wire setup. If you've been a part of this journey with this car, you know that the drive-by-wire setup was a huge headache for me. And I can comfortably and proudly say that everybody who has helped out has been a huge help and just a helping hand just to get this thing working. So we are officially done. What was the issue was actually, I had a wire, it wasn't wrong, it actually just needed to be moved. So I needed to move my analog 6 wire into my TPS in on the ECU. So once I did that, you know, I immediately started hearing that humming sound that you guys I'm sure have heard on the audio and video. Man, just like that, everything works as it should. When I turn on the key to the on position and I push the gas pedal down, my throttle plate opens like it's supposed to. So everything is fully working, everything is calibrated. We did the drive-by-wire calibration correctly on the ECU. You guys saw the footage and everything is working, man. I cannot be any more happy right now, man. That is a huge relief, man. Huge relief. So we did turn on the car. I didn't throw that in the video, and everything was idling good. My new tuner, which is named Ben Lee, he actually remoted in and was doing a lot of stuff, and he got the idle a lot better. The startup still needs some work, but I did have another leak that I saw, and where this leak was coming from, it actually wasn't coming from the turbo drain anymore. That leak is finalized. This new leak was actually coming from the rear oil feed. So for the 2JZ, there's actually two. There's one in the back of the engine and then one in the front. The one in the front is the one that I'm using for my actual turbo feed, that line that's on the top of the turbo. But there is one in the back, and I'm assuming that it's just like not tight, or maybe there's not even anything there. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, it's been a minute since this engine's been out and since I've seen everything. So not to worry. I'm going to go ahead and get working on that tomorrow. I'm not going to bore you guys with, you know, doing all of that stuff, but I do need to do that. I also need to change a few things for my boost controller setup. So how I have it wired in and set up right now is actually completely wrong. So I need to go ahead and fix that, so that way this car doesn't overboost and we don't go through a 2JZ. That would be very terrible. So I'm going to do that correctly, change out some fittings, and just kind of button the car up. But honestly, man, we are really coming close to driving this car for the first time. Now that the drive-by-wire is completely done, I can officially say that this car will be driving here shortly. One other thing that I do need to do as well, besides fixing all the stuff that I just mentioned, is one of my rear wheels are bent. You guys know I bought these wheels in Bakersfield a couple months ago, and one of the wheels is bent. I have a guy that's going to fix them, but I just was kind of being lazy about taking it to him. He does live pretty far, so I guess I do have a pretty good excuse, but I need to go ahead and take it to him now that we are really getting closer to this car being drivable and stuff, because I was talking to my tuner, and he was telling me that we're shooting for, you know, sometime this week. I won't say what day, but some day this week of us trying to him remote back in, throw some timing at it, etc., you know, shoot base timing, whatever, and potentially drive this car and, you know, do some road pulls to get like wastegate pressure and all that stuff. So we are very close, man. If you guys are excited for this content, please go ahead and drop a like on this video. I am super stoked, man. I don't know. I'm just like at all lost for words, man. Lost for words, bro. I am so excited. So excited. More importantly, guys, I am super excited to start putting my interior back together, man. Putting all these panels back and just kind of buttoning everything up. I can probably put my seat back now. I've had this seat out, sitting over here, collecting dust, getting dirty for a couple months now, and I'm tired of it being here. You know, I can't even go in my house without freaking stepping over and tripping over the seat. So excited to put that in there. I'm just excited to button this car up and actually get this thing moving. So I appreciate all of you guys watching these videos, man. I really, truly do, from the bottom of my heart, man. Cannot say that enough. I really appreciate every single one of you watching these videos, liking my videos, comment on these videos, coming back to the next videos, everything, man. That just means the world to me. So we're not done here. This car is pretty much almost there, and I'm excited to bring you guys along on my journey to drive this car for the first time. And then once this car is done, we are actually going to be starting on that one right there.